It's a sunlit evening here in Tacoma, Washington, and at Cheney Stadium, where tonight, in midweek USL play, Sounders FC2 plays host to St. Louis FC. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN+. I'm Andrew Harvey, and I'm joined this evening by Dave Clark. Dave, Sounders FC2 not thrilled with how their season's gone to this point in the year. 16-2 overall, 16th in the Western Conference, but a much more respectable 5-6 at home.
Particularly the recent form has shown well. Henry Wingo has scored recently. They've managed to win games. They've both come from behind and scored early. So they need to look for those goals. That's going to be the key for them tonight, is to score against a St. Louis team that can be dangerous in the attack.
St. Louis already won the first matchup between these two teams 2-0 back on August 4th, and a man who featured very heavily in that fixture, Dave, was Will Gregg.
Gregg is a veteran player. He's been on 6 professional teams at this point. He has 10 goals, 2 assists. He's that type of veteran that has caused the Sounders defense trouble in the past.
On the other side of things for S2, we're taking a look at a player who came down recently and had a standout performance, had 2 goals, arguably could have had 5. Henry Wingo tore it up at the USL level.
He even admitted after the game that he was kind of disappointed he didn't score more. If he takes advantage of those opportunities and continues to score, the 22-year-old homegrown player with the Sounders through the academy and S2 should be able to continue getting looks both here and maybe even with the first team.
Sounders FC2 looking for a bit of revenge from earlier in the season. Don't go away. They take on St. Louis FC next on ESPN+.
Hi there, I'm Dave Clark, one of the S2 color commentators. 10 years ago, I founded Sounder at Heart. We're going to throw a party at Sunday's game against Orange County SC. You'll be down at Party Deck 1 with all-inclusive food, beverages, special guests for just $33. Go to s2tacoma.com/Sounder at Heart for more details.
Welcome back to Cheney Stadium here on ESPN+. We're moments away from kickoff between Sounders FC2 and St. Louis FC. Andrew Harvey alongside Dave Clark for you. And Dave, this is a St. Louis team that's on a run of excellent form right now. They've won 4 of their last 5.
They're on strong form. S2 has an opportunity with their away form from St. Louis. St. Louis just 3-5-4 away from home, a -4 goal differential. They are, though, a veteran squad.
Let's take a look at the away lineup for St. Louis FC, who will be joining Kyle Gregg out there tonight, and a couple of changes for Anthony Poulos' side.
Yes, Tyler Pollock and Audi Jepson are both players with just 2 and 1 start between them now after tonight.
And on the other side of the equation, looking at S2, some familiar faces out there.
Lamar Nagel, captain 253 himself, will start up top. And then Henry Wingo, who we featured, will have to be the goal-scoring threat. Look for Jordy DeLem and Tony Alfaro to provide sturdy defense.
Your referee for tonight's match is Daniel Radford. Assistant referees Chris Elliott and Cam Seiler. Liam Leonard is the fourth official. You see Wade Weber there giving the instructions to Kai Briscoe. Briscoe's been asked to play a bunch of different positions as an academy player this year. He's played a little bit at fullback, a little bit of midfield, and now tonight, center back.
Yeah, Briscoe's adaptability along that back line, whether it's a wing back or traditional fullback or a center back, has been key to S2's ability to survive injury.
You saw there Anthony Poulos, of course the son of Welsh great Tony Poulos, longtime Stoke City manager, and he came to St. Louis by way of Orlando City B. There's John Hutchinson, Sounders FC2 manager, checking in with Liam Leonard, the fourth official. And Hutch, always good for a laugh or two, the Australian head coach. And it is a bit of a skill getting the referees to laugh.
I like Hutch's calm demeanor. No matter what the referees are doing, he's not going to yell and scream. He won't turn beet red.
Well, Sounders 2 in their traditional rave green kits with blue shorts have been moving from right to left on your screen here in the first half. St. Louis FC in the white tops with the blue trunks coming back the other way. S2 in their huddle. This, of course, just one of the, I believe, third all-time meeting between these two clubs. St. Louis was in the Eastern Conference last year, moved over to the Western Conference this year due to that rapid ongoing USL expansion. There's Henry Wingo. Dave, what will it take for Wingo and S2 to get out to a quick start here tonight?
S2 looks their best when they transition quickly. They act instinctively. So hopefully they can get their press, their trigger points correctly, and rapidly move the ball up the pitch.
Lamar Nagel's on it there, and we're underway here at Cheney Stadium. 90 minutes of USL action on the midweek. USL. A lot of games going on tonight. Quickly, here's Wingo into the right lane. Goes back to Jordy DeLem. The 1-2, DeLem wanted to go into the middle for Anthony Burke-Gilroy. Wide now for Ulysses. And Polak interposes himself in front of that pass. Denzo Ulysses in this new look formation that S2 has kind of gone with these last couple matches has had a lot more freedom to get forward and really heavily involved in the attack for S2.
He has to be the creative force of the players active today. He leads the team in chances created with 17. S2, with this formation particularly, needs both Ulysses and Hines to be the creators.
Crafty veteran Brian Meredith in goal tonight. Going out wide toward Nick Hines. And Hines has it taken off him. Controlled by Fall. Back to Reynolds. Greg giving chase to that ball. I believe that was Leo Burney knocking it into touch. Burney, an academy product, asked to step into the starting 11 tonight.
He's the captain of the U17 team that won their national championship down at that level.
Well, Sounders Academy has made no secret of it. Sounders 2 here in the USL. You perform well at the academy level, they will give you a look. And Burney hoping to make this one of many. Meredith resets the ball, gets a bit of a warning whistle from Daniel Radford. Fall wins the second header. Kavita. Reynolds wanting Greg over the top. Briscoe caught out. Herzog coming to the left side now. It's Adi Jepsen. Jepsen goes for goal. And that one looks like it came off his foot a little bit awkwardly. Another look at it here. Well-weighted through ball after Kai Briscoe caught out of position. And Jepsen just puts too much spin on it. Alfaro up the far side for Hines. Squaring in for Burke Gilroy. Ulysses wants the switch. Keeps it near side for Hines. Heading out of Wingo, who's drifted over. Henry Wingo, while he's down here with S2, has kind of been given a green light to go wherever he thinks he'll have the greatest impact for Sounders too, Dave.
It's a good test and opportunity for him with that kind of freedom. It's going to test his mind. We know he has the physical talent.
Hit at the line by Fennelson. Up to Jepsen at midfield. Bernie, it's a wide back pass that forces Meredith out of his goal there. Meredith forced to dump it into touch. Maybe a bit of nerves from the young center back. And now it's Kyle Gregg open in the area. That shot whistles off the post and goes out of play. Well, two mistakes in a matter of seconds. Bernie just lost track of where Gregg was. No communication between the center backs on that throw-in. This ball picked away by Kadeem Dakers. He's going out wide. Gregg is there. Gregg, it's a low cross in, comes to the feet of Herzog. He turns, tries to cut it back. Jepsen double teamed here, and eventually it's shuffled away.
Herzog's going to want those touches again.
Fanuel Kavita wants Dakers down line. And Tony Alfaro lets it run out. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Free kick going the way of Sounders 2. Lewis Hilton laid in with a foot. And a very high press coming from St. Louis FC right now. You can tell they're trying to rattle Sounders 2 at home.
The opposing coach sees that much youth in the lineup. That makes a lot of sense.
Nagel going at Pollock. Cutting it back into the middle. Finds Kingston. Ahead from Delem. Wingo. Going through for Hines. Well-weighted ball from him. Hines, cut back cross. Delem wide open in the area. Fans it wide with his touch. Now Kingston run into by Hilton, and Hilton comes away with it. Sliding challenge from Burke Gilroy. Advantage played by the referee. Herzog keeps his feet. Kai Briscoe does not. And they'll switch it toward Dakers. Intercepted by Alfaro. He hit it with his arm. Free kick. Kind of a stumbling, bumbling sequence defensively for Sounders too. And all comes off of that missed chance from Jordy Delem.
It's exactly the type of ball you want to have Nick Hines run onto.
Pollock, little chip with his left. And Alfaro didn't hit that one at the back post. Kavita heads it out of play. It's gone out for a goal kick. Immediately won back by St. Louis FC. for Kavita. Tony Walls has it here. Very appropriate name for a center back. You have to wonder if that guy was ever given a fair shot to play any other position. Ball over the top, Dacres giving chase. Alfaro gets to it. Alfaro chooses to keep it in play. Has Hines as the outlet. Kingston lifted toward Nagel. Sounders 2 getting outworked in the midfield right now. This is Wall Fall. Late challenge from Fall there, gets the ball back. Nagel cutting it inside, finds Burt Gilroy. Hines making a move up the near sideline. He's going to get the ball. Kavita able to recover. Hines looking to play a through ball there, and you can see the confusion. He's looking at his teammates. He's expecting a run there. Now it's Dacres with acres of space. He'll cut that ball in, comes right behind Greg. Last off of Sounders 2.
Hines on that last play didn't have anyone in front of him, but also was stopped. Not a lot of choices for him.
Herzog gets the ball off the throw-in. Hilton. Fall chipping over the top. Herzog, header there. And Brian Meredith reads it well. Wanted to go quickly as Brian Meredith. Lamar Nagel tracking underneath this ball. Reynolds the first one to it. And Sounders 2 looking to turn around kind of some middling form lately. 2 wins, 3 losses in their last 5. Both those wins did come at home. This is a long ball up for Herzog. Reaches the ball and keeps it in play. Herzog had Greg on the inside. He's blocked by Briscoe. And DeLem coming back the other way. For Gilroy. Runners now coming through for Wingo. Wingo makes a move inside on Walls. Went for the shot and is blocked at the 18. Now hit far side for Ulysses. There's a man down off the ball. Nothing doing. Ulysses going to carry on here. That's Lamar Nagel that's down. Ulysses rolls the ball out. And Nagel was nowhere near that ball when he hit the deck. We'll see if the replay has an angle of what happened. He's back on his feet now. Dan Radford checking to see if he's okay. Well, that unfortunate for S2. Denzel Ulysses created so much for them up the right side recently. And Reynolds doing the sportsmanlike thing and knocking it back to S2 to restart. Bernie for Alfaro. S2 trying to stretch out this pressure a little bit. In the middle for Kingston. He has it taken off him. Hilton coming back the other way. Now Jepson. Hilton. Square for Fall. And St. Louis pull it back into their own half. 13th minute here at Cheney Stadium. Dave, a couple of close chances in favor of the visitors so far, but nothing to distinguish either one of these sides.
No, this is a game that's been sloppy to start. A lot of heavy contact.
Wingo pulling that ball away from Walls, finds a cutback cross. Nagel can't get to it. Nagel and Hines talking it over there.
Wingo kind of put that in between Lamar and Nick.
Hines throws it to Alfaro. Kingston, mishit ball there. Jepson quickly up for Herzog. Fall wants Dakers. Dakers makes a move, finds some space. In for Greg, and out for a goal kick. S2 back line being challenged here in the early minutes. Bending, not breaking. Have a look at it here. Great move from Dakers to catch Alfaro reaching. And Greg just can't control it with the first touch.
Dakers has had enough success that Hines might have to sit back a little bit further.
And free kick given away by Jordy Delem. He's taken down Kyle Gregg. Jordy Delem just reckless into that challenge. Looks like he catches Gregg kind of high up on the torso on the back there. And Delem helping him to his feet by way of an apology. Short restart to Pollock. Bouncing back pass for Fennelson. Nifty turn by Delem. Ulysses can't replicate the feat. One back by Pollock. Now Dakers. Dakers from range, and that one well wide.
In the attack, Dakers has found that pocket of space kind of in between where Alfaro, Delem, and Hines could all cover him, but none of them have been.
That's a challenge for Sounders too. Although you do have to say that apart from that wide channel to Dakers, most of St. Louis' attacks so far have been long balls over the top. Another ball won in the middle by St. Louis FC. Tony Walls. Reynolds going back, Burt Gilroy on the pressure. Fennelson hit out toward midfield and hit out at midfield. Nagel, the give and go from Wingo. Wingo looking for some space. Back for Ulysses. Cross on the ground, straight to Hilton. And Hilton quickly up for Herzog. Kingston reaching in there, Wingo wins it back. Wingo from range, that one forced a diving parry from Jake Fennelson. I'll see it again here, it's an extreme angle from Wingo. Manages to put it on target. Fennelson does the right thing. Just make sure the ball doesn't get by him. Peter Kingston Academy player will send in the corner. Short ball from him. Herzog chips it out. And Hines hits it into touch to allow S2 to recover.
St. Louis put most of their team back. I don't think I saw anybody out and available to counter against an S2 team that's not got a strong reputation on their own set pieces.
Dakers trying to victimize Tony Alfaro once more. Alfaro wins that battle. Hines finally corrals that ball back to Bernie. Another ball left in space. St. Louis FC cleaning up in the middle third of the field. Jepson wants Gregg ahead. Options in the middle. Gregg looking at Herzog. It's over him. Alfaro chests it to Meredith. Meredith wanting to go quickly here. Header from Kavita. Wingo gives chase. And it's shepherded out by Walls. Nagel was calling for the throw-in right in the middle. You saw it on your screen there for a second. Not clear if Wingo would have the arm to get it to him, but you liked the idea from the Federal Way native. Alfaro, big switch towards Denzo Ulysses, and Ulysses never had a chance of keeping that one in. Briscoe wins the header. Burt Gilroy. Briscoe has it. Wingo, hard hit ball for Nagel. And the turnover spoiled by Sounders 2. Herzog, wide for Gregg, advantage played by Daniel Radford, the referee. Howdy Jepson. Hilton back for Pollock. And Fall has it, and caught Delem running. Fall pokes it ahead for Dakers. Sliding to ground is Tony Alfaro, and he concedes the throw-in. Clever ball from Dakers.
A perfect slide from Alfaro.
A well-timed challenge. Hines for the long throw-in, headed on by Nagel. Dramatic clearance by Tony Walls. Now for Wingo, Ulysses making the run up the far side. Calling for the ball, not going to get it. Now does after his run stop, back in for Wingo, maybe across here. Cut back toward Burt Gilroy, comes back out for Ulysses. Alfaro wants the switch. They'll run it through Bernie. S2 trying to probe this back line for St. Louis, Dave, not finding any openings.
They aren't, but they are moving well off the ball. That should be something they'll be able.
for Gilroy. In with a reckless challenge there. If he escapes a booking here, he might count himself a lucky man.
Looks like Radford isn't even going to give him the next time warning.
Well, on second glance, it's not as bad as it looked on initial. From our angle over here, it looked like he'd gotten a lot more of Dakers than he really did. Still, though, that's a frustration challenge from the Australian. Hilton going over the top. Jepson might have a step on Briscoe here. Briscoe recovering well. Jepson trying to get by him. Cross into space. Kingston is there. Pollock over the top, wants Herzog. This might fall for Greg. Meredith collects it out of the air. Good job by both those players to avoid what would have been a pretty high-speed collision inside the penalty area. Now wide for Nick Hines. And it's S2's throw on the near side.
Anthony Poulos wants the ball thrown from a specific spot when he gives it back to S2.
Well, and he'll hear his case heard by the referee. You know, the argument about yardage, like they say, this is a game of inches. Or they would say in pretty much every other country on earth, it's a game of centimeters. Loses something in metric, I think. Switch to the far side. Kai Briscoe is there. Picked away by Dakers there. Another turnover. Dakers cutting it back for Herzog. Herzog! And it's a diving stop from Brian Meredith, who recovers beautifully. Just a casual pass there. Dakers. Herzog did everything right there. Meredith just did a fantastic job of pulling himself back into the center. It's conceded a corner. Low ball on its way in. That one finds itself at the back post, and it's turned in casually as you like by Kyle Gregg. He scores his 11th of the season, and the visitors take the lead in the 27th minute. Well, at the rate S2 have been making mistakes on the back end, Dave, you have to think that that was bound to happen sooner or later. This one just allowed to run all the way through traffic. And Kyle Gregg has about the easiest finish you can imagine there at the back post. Just burns Bernie.
Preparation for the match, assistant coach Wade Weber told me they needed to be concerned with St. Louis's set pieces.
Now S2 playing from behind here in the 28th minute. That'll definitely change the timbre of this match. So Lem manages to get by Dakers. Into space for Hines, who's onside. Hines onto his right foot here. There's Hines, a natural left footer. Sometimes cuts off his options when he goes inside, but it did a good job of stretching the back line there before the ball got away from him. Dakers to bring things the other way. Greg, the goal scorer for moments ago. Nagel giving chase here. Reynolds never really giving him a clean look at the ball. Held in on the near side. Burke Gilroy was calling for that up the middle. Wingo held on to it too long. Now goes for Ulysses. And Ulysses goes off Pollock. Wins the throw-in. Ulysses down line for Lamar Nagel. 2 defenders quickly there. And Nagel just lost it over the byline. The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter. Jordy DeLem upended by Dakers there. Draws the free kick as we get set to close out the first half hour of soccer here at Cheney Stadium. Our visiting St. Louis FC is up 1-0. Ball might fall for Nagel. Runs taking him wide. He goes down against Reynolds. He's looking for a call. Turning back to the official, not going to get anything. Burke Gilroy in with another sliding challenge. Concedes the throw.
Nagel is still asking about that call.
He's incredulous it wasn't given. He still has words for Daniel Radford. Nagel has this now. Wingo making the run straight up the middle. And Wolf Fall has been everywhere in the holding midfield for St. Louis FC tonight. I feel like that's his 4th or 5th takeaway that I can recall just in these first 30 minutes.
He also blocked one of the best opportunities S2 had.
Long ball for Hines. He slides. He won't be able to hold on to it. Fanuel Kavita set to throw this in, the former Clemson man. Turned by Gregg. Has DeLem harassing him. Fall, square for Pollock. And miss hit by Gregg. Briscoe trying to lift it clear here. Lamar Nagel heads it along. And the flag up for offside on the near sideline, just there at the corner of your screen. That's assistant referee Chris Elliott patrolling the bench sideline this evening. This is Kavita. Ball in looking for Herzog here. He and Briscoe do battle. Back for Fall, and Fall goes toward goal. Straight at Brian Meredith. Hines picks his head up. He wants Henry Wingo down the line. Wingo, Walls now. Wingo moving inside, goes for goal himself, and unable to put it on frame.
It's the second time that Wingo has expected a run from Nagel, hasn't seen it, so taking the shot instead.
S2 offense just not entirely looking like it's on the same page. Nothing came of it in the end, but look at how quickly S2 managed to go from end to end here. You talked about this team in transition, Dave, and this was a viable opportunity. Long ball up the middle. Herzog wants it, so does Brian Meredith. He gets there first. Hold out for Delem. Kingston going in with Hilton there. They both get each other, both miss the ball. Dakers runs through their jersey tug. Tries to get it off to Herzog. And slides in there, giving away the free kick. I'm pretty sure Henry Wingo was just yellow carded for that jersey tug on Dakers. Couldn't quite clear from the angle here that we have up in the booth. So it is Wingo booked here in the 35th minute. Great job by Daniel Radford to play advantage through the offense, trying to hold up the counterattack.
Your attention, please. In the 35th minute, yellow card issued to Sounders FC2 number 23, Henry Wingo.
10 minutes plus stoppage to go until the break. Kyle Gregg has it on the near sideline. Hilton. Reynolds under pressure. Pollock spins around Ulysses. Ulysses recovers, sticks a leg in there, and S2 win it back. And then carelessly given away by Ulysses. Straight back to Jepson. Boy, so far tonight's match in midfield, Dave, for both teams resembling a little bit like a game of telephone. A message is being passed along from teammate to teammate, but it's getting more and more distorted.
It's interesting because S2's errors have been in what they do with the ball, whether it's on defense or in the attack. It's not their positioning, it's not their ball movement. Their sloppy passing has hurt them too often.
This is Jordy Delem coming out wide. It's Wingo. Wingo scoops to the byline, cut back cross. Tony Walls is there. A shot from Nick Hines, open in the air. Bert Gilroy scores! Another recovery from S2, and they pull level in the 37th. Anthony Bert Gilroy has his second goal of the season. He found it, he turned it, he finished it, and a clean finish it was to the right post. We're level at 1.
First batch of smoke tonight is blue from ECS.
You can see the relief on Sounders too. Look at that move from Wingo. Partial clearance, and scoop back out, and just no doubt in his mind, traps it with the right, finishes with the right. Really quick turn on the pivot from Anthony Bert Gilroy. And that's tied it up here at Cheney Stadium. Dave, you have to imagine, given that we were just talking about how uncoordinated things looked up front for S2, this has got to put some confidence back into this team.
It should remind them about their quick transition and how successful that can be. They got out there quick. Wingo opened up the space. Hines put the defensive pressure. That's what Hutch wants them to do.
Ball over the top from Meredith. Trapped by Wingo. Tried to get it back to Alfaro.
Good tackle.
Jepson here for St. Louis. Herzog from Greg. Fall. Kavita. Dakers. Fall back wide for Kavita. St. Louis just setting up their passing triangles now. Kingston gets that away before Fall can get there. One back by physical play. Dakers going down. Jepson going to fire one straight into the hand of Meredith. A couple players on the ground for both teams, to the broadcaster's curse. But he has won a free kick for his side. Leo Burney, wide for Alfaro. And S2 in no hurry at all to get this ball forward. Now Meredith will try one over the top. Polak and Ulysses are there. Ulysses tries to spin out of it, but it's out of play. Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer. Throw in the way of St. Louis FC.
Greg giving Radford the same eyes that Nagel gave him earlier.
Well, referees that are looking to be popular usually do not last very long. Polak. Jepson. Back for Herzog. Polak picks up his head, comes ahead for Herzog, blocked by Briscoe. Briscoe untangles his feet. Can't untangle the ball though, hits it straight at Kavita. And Kavita loses it out the near sideline. Dakers jumped over a challenge and stayed down, holding his left ankle. Take another look at it here. Contact from Alfaro appeared to be minimal, but he might have come down a little bit funny on his ankle from the hop. 43rd minute now. And Dakers picks himself up. Dakers looks to have shaken off whatever it was, and we carry on here at Cheney Stadium. Briscoe lifting that ball in the middle. Hilton's there. Kingston straight to Polak. Hilton right up the line for Craig. Tried to drop it off for Herzog. Briscoe pokes it away. St. Louis still on the front foot. Dave, you get the feeling that St. Louis's attack, when they get to the edge of the attacking third, if they're not coming forward in transition or off a turnover, they've been a little bit stationary this evening.
S2 has managed to force them back into retreat frequently. They don't have the off-ball movement St. Louis doesn't have the off-ball movement that you see from S2. That doesn't give them the passing lanes that they need to see.
Put themselves in very good position off a couple of turnovers, including a turnover that led to that corner kick that gave them the opening goal back in the 27th minute. S2 pulling level in the 37th. Final minute of the scheduled 45 here in the first half. I'll wait to see how much stoppage time we can expect. Nick Hines has it on the near side. Burt Gilroy. Dispossessed, but it comes as far as Lamar Nagel. Kingston has it now. He'll switch for Ulysses. Nagel. 2 options in the middle, 3 defenders around him. And S2 happily retreats. Meredith, ball over the top. Ulysses giving chase to this one. Pollock intercepts. For Gilroy. Nagel goes down and comes his way back to his feet. Still on the ball is Nagel. Going at Reynolds. Force the back pass to Fennelson. 1 minute of added time is what we'll play here at Cheney Stadium. Howdy Jepson carries on through 2 challenges, gets it ahead to Gregg. Is there something in this at the death of the first half for St. Louis? As I say that, fall over hits that pass in the midfield. Dakers gonna try to open things up here. Whistle goes for halftime. And Dave, at the break, safe to say Sounders 2 feeling a little bit like fortune smiling on them, but they're going in at 1-1.
Yeah, they capitalized on that one opportunity. Wingo could have created a couple more. To know that they're level at 1-1 and to know what they need to fix going into halftime should give Coach Hutchinson a little bit of confidence.
We'll take a break. When we return on ESPN+, we'll look around action in the USL and take a look at what mattered here in the first half. At the break, Sounders 2-1, St. Louis FC 1.
I'd give you directions to the greatest place on earth. What would you think? Would you pack your bags for Cali? Put on a little hat with mouse ears? No need. See, the greatest place on earth is right here in your backyard. I'm talking about Cheney Stadium, the South Sound's crown jewel and home of Tacoma Rainiers baseball. There's a little something for everyone at a Rainiers game. And when views of the field are this good and drinks are this cold, you'll get one taste and be hooked. Tickets are available at TacomaRainiers.com. Rainiers baseball. This is our city.
Hi, my name is Ray Sorry, center mid, and I got one question for you.
I'm David Olson. I'm a forward, and I got one question for you.
I have one question for you. I'm Francisco Narbon. I'm a center mid. I got one question for you.
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
I S2.
I S2. We S2.
We S2.
We S2.
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
Now I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking. Because I'm thinking it too.
Do you S2?
What does S2 mean to me?
What does S2 mean to me?
Love. I suck. I got a question.
I got a question for you. I got a question.
Do you S2?
Hi there, I'm Dave Clark, one of the S2 color commentators. 10 years ago, I founded Sounder at Heart. We're going to throw a party at Sunday's game against Orange County SC. You'll be down at Party Deck 1 with all-inclusive food, beverages, special guests for just $33. Go to
will send the cross in, and what a goal by USL's leading goal scorer, Thomas Evelson.
Lancaster, and it's 1-0 to Louisville City. Rio. Oh!
Have not drawn a match as Langsdorff has found the back of the net and leveled the tally in the 79th minute, his 14th goal of the season.
Vega. Tevin Vega shooting. Goal! Mendiola! Big launch with the right!
Oh, Steinberger! Second opportunity! Welcome to North Carolina FC! Zach Steinberger has tied it at 1! Yes, Dabo! Big bingo! Mohamed Dabo!
Cross goal! And the goal by Bustamante, and Fresno may indeed sneak out of here with a point.
Hoffman outside the 18, shot, goal, goal, goal! Looking forward to Hoffman, goal! The brace!
Justin Davis, that's a great goal!
Kim steps up, straight in the turnover,
Nanko, save made by Pickens, follow save, and a devastating goal by the Bethlehem Steel.
It's in! New York have tied it up, it's 4-4.
Oh, Reedy saves it!
An impressive save!
Saved off the line, Lubin!
But it's swatted away by Cohen. Derek producing a fantastic diving save, and it's Tyler Derrick again, who's had an incredible performance.
Saved by Restrepo! Not once, but twice!
Shot pushed away by Lopez.
Oh, and what a save by Marcin Kowski.
He gives it a strike off Cardoni.
Arduro with the big shot and a great save by Newton.
And a save by Matt Pickens.
Great save as Eric Dick got a hand on it.
Fantastic save there from Laurel.
Welcome back here on ESPN Plus at halftime between Sounders FC2 and St. Louis FC. We're level 1-1 through 45 minutes. Andrew Harvey alongside Dave Clark for you. And Dave, let's go ahead and jump right into it and take a look at the first half highlights from tonight's action.
Yeah, the first opportunity for St. Louis came off of a turnover. You see it here. Brian Meredith with an excellent stop. Unfortunately, S2 falls asleep on their defense and just lets the ball run right through all of their trees.
And here again at the other end of the field, 10 minutes later, Anthony Burke-Gilroy finishes it off. And just some real pretty passing patterns. Wingo finding Delem, who wins it back. And again, like you said, off a turnover, another opportunity. Tic-tac-toe, strike finish. And that has gotten us where we are, level 1-1. No one's really had a chance to put an authoritative stamp in the midfield winning those 50-50 balls so far.
Yeah, this has been a lot of turnovers, a lot of turnover, rush, frantic play, not necessarily instinctive. They need to focus. Both teams need to focus on what their plan is in their attack.
Speaking of focusing on plans, we have a special plan coming up this Sunday here for Sounder 2's match against Orange County SC. It is Sounder at Heart's 10th birthday. Dave, obviously you founded this site a decade ago. Does it feel weird to say a decade ago?
It does. 1 decade for a blog is about 100 years for a newspaper. It's a rare event. So we're throwing a little party down on the party deck. Party deck 1, $33. You get all-inclusive food, drink. We'll have some special guests. Maybe pop in there from the broadcast as well. You can go to s2tacoma.com/sounderheart for all those details. Again, it's just $33. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, all-inclusive food and beverages, and just, really fantastic from the standpoint of, what the site has meant. Really, it's kind of become its own living entity within people who follow Sounders at every level of competition, from the academy, USL, MLS.
Yeah, as well as the rain. We cover every professional team in the area, and we'll have most of the staff there milling about and talking to the fans that come and support both S2 and the site.
Including yourself and myself.
We both right
in
there.
the sake of full disclosure, we both do what right for Sounder at heart. So there is that. But no, it should be a great event. I'm really looking forward to it, and I believe James Riley, who could not be here with us this evening, will be there this Sunday as well. Let's take a look at the USL standings. Well, Sounders FC2 still on the wrong side of the playoff line. St. Louis FC, as it stands right now, kind of flirting with the edge of the red line a little bit there, Dave.
Yeah, if S2 can pull ahead on a victory, that put St. Louis in some danger. You see the top there with the Monarchs, Phoenix Rising, and then Orange County for that Sunday match that we were talking about. Those three have all been the top of the league through the season so far.
And now let's take a look at some live scores going on around the league tonight, and a couple of interesting Western Conference results.
Yeah, the San Antonio over Rio Grande is a big 3-1 result. Swope Park over Tulsa. And then you see the Colorado Switchbacks win over the Monarchs, 1-0. A little bit of surprise there. The Monarchs have dominated the West.
Well, it'll be a great day on Sunday. We do hope you'll come out and join us for that. Again, $33 ahead. We're level at halftime here at Cheney Stadium, 1-1 between Sounders FC2 and St. Louis FC. We'll take a break and return with the second half here on ESPN+.
Jesus Enriquez does it again! And what a world-class goal that is from Didier Drogba! Must-see TV.
My name is Ray Sari, center mid, and I got one question for you.
I'm David Olson. I'm a forward, and I got one question for you.
I have one question for you. I'm Francisco Narbon. I'm a center mid. I got one question for you.
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
Do you S2? I S2.
I S2. We S2.
We S2.
We S2.
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
Now I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking. Because I'm thinking it too.
Do you S2?
What does S2 mean to me?
What does S2 mean to me?
Love.
I suck.
I got a question.
I got a question for you. I got a question.
Do you S2?
I'm Dave Clark, one of the S2 color commentators. 10 years ago, I founded Sounder at Heart. We're going to throw a party at Sunday's game against Orange County SC. You'll be down at Party Deck 1 with all-inclusive food, beverages, special guests for just $33. Go to s2tacoma.com/Sounder at Heart for more details.
We're back at Cheney Stadium, 1-1 after 45 minutes between Sounders FC2 and St. Louis FC here on ESPN+. Andrew Harvey alongside Dave Clark for you here with the second half. And Dave, as we took a look at some of those halftime stats, there was one number in particular that jumped out to us about those 50-50 balls.
Organizationally, Sounders 2 love to win the duels, and in this match, they're just not doing it. They've had 38% of the duels so far. That means St. Louis is just going after both first balls, the second balls. That's something that S2 will need to correct if they're going to win this match.
Well, Sounders 2 ready to make a substitution here at halftime. Alex Roldan is waiting to check in on the near sideline. We'll see who he comes in for. He's on now, and the only man absent from the pitch who did not come out is Henry Wingo. So Alex Roldan in for Wingo. And kind of a move you have to imagine with minutes designed in mind, given that this club was going to play, I guess I should say, 2.5 more matches in the next 7 days.
Tonight, Sunday, and then Wednesday. And both players that involved in this substitution are ones that have dropped down from the first team. They're trying to get their action this evening.
Wall fall, the man in center circle. And the fourth official, Liam Leonard, holding up the board there, making it official. Alex Roldan now on the field. And we're underway here in the second half. Right away, it's Greg. Long-range chance from him. Diving stop, Brian Meredith. You talk about those 50-50 balls and winning the duels at midfield. I mean, apart from just being more tenacious, what can S2 do to try to up those numbers?
Their shape has generally been correct. A lot of that's a measure of effort.
This ball might fall here for Greg. He has Herzog in the middle. Goes at Herzog and nicked away by Leo Burney. Give the youngster some credit. He got the perfect touch on that ball. Has to give in a throw-in. Brian Meredith telling Denzel Ulysses to dump it downfield. Wall and Nagel doing battle. Wall winning out. Boy, he is tough to bully off the ball. And Nagel tried to do it the wrong way there. Free kick given. Dangerous place for a free kick here. Take a look. Nagel can't say too much about it there. That's a straight up old-fashioned trip. And that'll be Hilton and Pollock over the ball. Pollock lifts it in, floated toward goal. Meredith has to scramble, but comes up with it. Rolled out to Briscoe. Meredith strikes a long hit up to Nagel there. S2 can't corral it. Walls looking at Dakers. And given the first half he had, you have to expect they'll be coming to him often here in the second. Overstrikes that cross, though. Gone out for a goal kick.
Alfaro was quick to close down Dakers and not give him the space that he had in the first half. Good adjustment.
The USL surpassed 2 million in total attendance last week, maintaining a record pace in the stands for the league's modern era. The league and its teams would like to thank you, the fans, for the rising support you've provided over the course of this season as we head toward the 2018 USL Cup playoffs. And Dave, really that 2 million figure, an impressive number, played a factor in the club's decision to stretch out to a 33-week season. Herzog going to have the throw and wave back, tried to throw it in from too far forward. The league thinking that going to 33 weeks next year is going to enable them to have a lot more Saturday night games, Friday night games, nights when it's easier for a lot of people to come on out and support their local club. Ball going out wide. Here's Ulysses. Ulysses gets around Polak, goes down, going to win the free kick. Couldn't tell how much contact there was exactly in that challenge. But an opportunity here. Alex Roldan is an excellent striker of free kicks. He and Kingston both over this ball. Pretty much everyone knowing who's going to strike this one. Roldan spins that one in, can't get it past Polak. Partial clearance. Nagel looking to turn. Delem, Roldan, Burke Gilroy, the scorpion kick. Everyone trying to get a piece of this ball. Burke Gilroy sells out, goes for the bicycle, and someone blasts it off Polak to win a throw-in. All sorts of action around the 18. Ulysses pulling it inside. The give and go from Roldan. Ulysses didn't continue his run along the right line. It's out for a goal kick. Another look at it there. Just popping up. Looks like an old-fashioned game of keepy-uppy. That's Roldan winning the ball back. And you do have to think, even though we were told ahead of time that the halftime sub would be mostly to limit minutes with all these USL fixtures coming up, you do have to admit that Alex Roldan does kind of provide a different level of physicality in the midfield and duking for balls than Henry Wingo does.
Yeah, it creates a strength in the defense. Unfortunately, they took off the guy with the most shots in the game. The chance created, S2 has to have somebody like Hines, Ulysses, or Nagel step up to attack the goal.
Ulysses left a foot high on that challenge. St. Louis goes for the short restart. Alfaro sticks a foot in, gets the ball. Nick Hines, though, quickly closed down. Delem, hauled away by Hilton. Greg. Dakers coming back for Greg. Alfaro in the way. Clever from Hines and Burke Gilroy. Burt Gilroy gets it away with Wall closing down from the backside. Now it's Alex Roldan. He wants Ulysses to the near side. Ulysses victimizing Polak, and then an ambitious service from Denzo Ulysses, who has shuffled that one into the left field stands here at Cheney Stadium. And look at there. Gets the edge on Polak and then just gets right underneath the ball, scoops it.
It's one of those cases where the trained right back doesn't have the experience taking the shot on goal.
Now Greg creates some space for himself for that header. And Shorty Delem coming back, heads it all the way back to Meredith. Kingston turns, collides with Wall on that ball. Hilton picks it up. Dakers on his left foot, and Brian Meredith with a leaping stop. Kingston turns, pressure coming. Nick Hines. Burt Gilroy. Alex Roldan. Roldan ahead for Ulysses. The flag is up for offside. And the restart scuffed on the mark by Jake Fennelson. Restarted quickly. Back up toward Nagel. Two defenders on him, and he'll collect a free kick.
It's a few times Nagel's made that run to not be offside on the throw.
Finally gets rewarded with it. This is an interesting set piece opportunity for Sounders too. It's like a corner, but given the depth from the line, you have some options. Peter Kingston, the man over it. Hits this one a ton toward the back post. Headed back across the face of goal. Burt Gilroy tries to lift it in. Polak heads it out. And it's shepherded out by Nick Hines. Hard hit ball from Meredith. Tangle off the ball. Sounders too have it on the turnover. Alex Roldan caught up with it at his feet. Now wants Ulysses. Ulysses coming inside. Delem, Kingston. Up ahead toward Hines. He and Kavita will do battle. Hines moved to the byline, can't corral it before it goes out. Goal kick. Get an inside look at life on and off the field from a player's perspective every Wednesday evening in the latest edition of From the Pitch on USLsoccer.com. Nicked away from Herzog there. Alfaro for Delem. And he's going to be given a free kick. Fall Wall kind of imposed and intercepted his run. Referee played advantage. Long free kick for S2. They'll probably just restart it short to get the ball back in play. Dave, as you look at the S2 bench, I've already subbed in Alex Roldan, but they have a couple other names there who might be able to come in and provide a little bit more of a spark up top.
Yeah, I would expect Shannon Hopiau to get the opportunity. He's an attacking threat. They've played him up atop as a forward a lot recently.
Guy Briscoe doing the dirty work, winning the free kick.
You could also see Alfonso Campa Chavez. He's a more natural forward. Younger, likes to play a little bit with his back to the ball. Back to the goal.
Kingston. Back pass is forced to Meredith. It's rolled on. Kingston has it pulled away from him. And Roldan wins it right back. Dakers heads it forward. Greg gives chase. Lifted away by Leo Burney. Tony Alfaro coming up physical on that 50-50 ball. Wall pickles it away. Lays it off for Jepson. Back for Kavita. Ball in from Dakers. Herzog there at the back post. He ties up with Ulysses. It runs by him. Bound for the byline. Held in by Herzog. Up top for Jepson. Left for Wall. More big collisions. Wall feeling the effects of it a little bit. Polak fouled there, draws a free kick. Lead to the substitution. Well, you called it spot on. Here comes Shandon Hopiau, and he will be coming on for Lamar Nagel here in the 62nd. Oh, pardon me. The board was different than what I imagined. It was Jordi Delem, 21, not 27, held up by the fourth official.
Your attention please, making the next change for Sounders MC2 in the 63rd minute. Leading the game, number 21, Jordi Delem. Replace by number 37, Shannon Hopiau.
Albert Dequa also checking in for the visitors. Hilton sends this ball toward the back post. Kavita was making a run. Alfaro forced to head it over for a corner. Hilton to send in the in-swinger from the near side. Punched away by Meredith. Kavita into the block. Here's Dikwa. Dikwa! Stopped by Alfaro. Dequa's won another corner. 2 goals and 2 assists in 20 appearances for Albert Dikwa this season for St. Louis FC. Now seeing if he can spark a go-ahead goal here in the 64th minute. Lewis Hilton, 6 assists on the year. He's the set-piece specialist. Low ball chopped in toward Craig, and a whistle's gone for a foul away from the ball in the box. Lamar Nagel drawing the free kick. And Fall Wall not happy with the call. Well, Brian Meredith took that free kick and tried to hit it short, looking to draw a yellow card for failing to respect the required distance on a restart of play. Jepson finished it into the back of the net. The referee, Daniel Radford, says, no, that's not how we're going to do this evening. Nothing given either way. And they're explaining that to Anthony Poulos right now. He won't like the explanation, but it's pretty rare to see that given. Meredith up toward Ulysses. One away by Jepson. Now it's Gregg. Ahead for Dikwa. And switched over for Dakers. Gregg arriving in the middle. Floated back in. Kingston got a foot to it. Jepson and Ulysses do battle. Ulysses slides to ground and knocks it into touch.
The second half is almost an amplified version of the first. Even more chaotic, more frantic.
More physical, that's for sure. I think Wall and Nagel, who have been eyeballing each other all night, are exchanging a little bit more than pleasantries there. Daniel Radford going to have a word with Wall here. You can see Nagel at the back of the shot there. No love lost between those two over the span of 67 minutes. Pollock, high ball in. Dikwa gives chase and will not catch it. Meredith restarts toward Hines. Kavita is there. And Meredith overhits. Goalies have traditionally had a very difficult time with Cheney Stadium this year. The sight lines, because of the angle the pitch is on relative to the stands, are really confusing for keepers. Kavita up to Dequa. Burke Gilroy underneath it. Wins out. Alex Roldan hits that one behind Nagel. Tony Walls is there. Hilton. Fall. The give and get from Jepson. Hilton, low ball in. Tony Alfaro is there. Only as far as Jepson on the clearance. Jepson trips over the ball. Hines in for Nagel, who's dropped way back to get involved. Switch to Briscoe and back to Meredith.
Neither side's looking to slow it down. Both are pushing it, going for the pushing the chaos, trying to see what will happen with the second and the third ball.
70 minutes played here at Cheney Stadium. 1-1 our score between St. Louis FC and Sounders FC2. S2 will take a throw in along the near side. One away by Jepson. Overhit for Dakers. Kingston fans toward the near side. Briscoe corrals it. Ball's gone out of play. We have a substitution. Two of them, in fact, one apiece. Up first. The evening is done for Audi Jepson. Austin Martz, 1 assist in 6 appearances now, checking in. And for S2, they're going to use their final substitution to bring on Asriel Gonzalez for Anthony Burke Gilroy. Burke Gilroy, the goal scorer, back in the 37th minute. But apart from the goal, Dave, what did you make of his night?
He was active, but not necessarily effective on the evening. The goal was well taken. It was quick in the tight space. He applied pressure well on defense, but didn't create the attacking opportunities they needed from him this evening.
St. Louis FC trying to work it forward. This is Martz.
Gonzalez should add more ball control and slick passing into the attack. He's been an effective goal scorer down at the academy level as well.
Fall fighting his way through here. Roldan comes away holding his face. Dakers switches over to Polak. Kavita wants a cross over the head of Greg. And nipped past the left post there. Coming off of Ulysses, I believe, and out for a corner. Lewis Hilton, an in-swinger this time. Dangerous ball, back post. Meredith has it in traffic. He high-fives Dequa. Oh, one of the things you got to love about Brian Meredith, he's not afraid of contact, and in a way, he kind of seeks it out in there. Nick Hines can't corral it on the far sideline. Austin Martz. Kavita gets by Hines. Will not get by Hopiau. Hines, Nagel in the middle, Hopiau directly to his right. Hines drifting in himself here. Dropping it off. Runs out wide for Nagel. That comes off Pollock. Is up in the air and collected with little trouble by Fennelson. And then Fennelson on the distribution, too long for Austin Martz. "75 minutes played here at Cheney Stadium." Dave, you just get the sense that if there is a winner in this one, it's going to be whichever team is able to sharpen up these last 15.
Both teams are slowing it down just a little bit, being a bit more cautious with the ball.
One thing that is certain about these S2 matches at home, they crave resolution. In 11 home games this season, Sounders, too, have not drawn a match. Currently, they've won 5, lost 6. Hilton wanted Dequa. And a free kick is won by S2. You see John Hutchinson there in the middle, telling his players to calm down, and now he wants Kai Briscoe to push it to the far side. Meredith up to take the free kick. Long kick from Meredith over the head of Lamar Nagel. Nick Hines lets this run out. Throws in quickly for Roldan. Nagel. Nagel carrying on here. Roldan's gone down away from the ball. Hines. Roldan. Back to Briscoe. Man inside the box here. Shot blocked. And Shannon Hopiau was thinking he might have a chance to tuck in a late goal. He'll take the corner, plays it short. It's Azriel Gonzalez, leaves it for Hopiau. Ulysses. Roldan looking to hit this one on a half volley. Can't get it on frame, but you like the idea.
S2 shifted into a 4-4-2, it looks like now. And their movements are towards goal a little more frequently.
And Kai Briscoe's drifted over to play left back now. Nick Hines still playing up top. Ulysses is playing an out-and-out right back. You get the sense this is a formation shift that is designed to preserve the current scoreline, or at least not concede another. Here's Austin Martz from long range. And Brian Meredith has had a bit of a busy night between the posts. So far, he's done quite well. Briscoe taking some space here. Wide for Hines. Couple options in the middle. Nick Hines going through, going down, and getting nothing. And Hines chopping down his counterpart in retaliation, and he'll see yellow for that. Careless from the left winger. Alex Roldan going out wide to Gonzalez. Some work up the middle. Nothing comes of it. Kavita gets that all as far as Martz. Alex Roldan closing in. That comes off Alfaro and out for a corner. Heavy legs starting to set in here in the 80th minute. And an interesting departure. It looks like Dikwa's going to hit this ball. It's because it's a short corner. It goes for Polak. Back to an onside Dikwa. Low cross in. Straight back out for a throw-in from Tony Alfaro. Long throw. Fall was completely wrapped up there. Hilton gets a foot to that, but can't put it anywhere near goal. Ryan Meredith drawing the whistle there from Daniel Radford. And being warned to put the ball in play quickly. And it looks like they're going to allow the substitution on the delay. Michael Cox checking in for the visitors. And Kyle Gregg, the goal scorer from earlier, will head for the bench. So both goal scorers in this 1-1 match so far off the pitch. If we have a hero, it won't be for a brace. Ball picked up by Azrael Gonzalez. Going ahead now for Hopiau. Hopiau gets the ball past Polak, trying to recover to it. They do battle, and Polak's been fouled. Ulysses winding up for a long throw. Can't get it to go. The ball over the top. Deekwa giving chase. Meredith at the edge of his box. He's going to head it out. It looks like Dakers has switched over to the left side. Pollock up to Dakers. This is Cox. Shot was disrupted by Gonzalez and cleared away. Cox once again. Look at the size difference between Michael Cox and Peter Kingston. Wall fall. Loose now. Cox drops it off. Fall is there. Further for Hilton. Ball takes him out wide. Cut back in for Martz. Martz trying to turn. And Tony Alfaro concedes the throw. Kavita calling like he's going to send in a long throw here. Whistles one in. Cox gets a header on it, straight into the defender holding his arm. Martz fires a shot that's blocked by the wall. Hilton floats one in backside. Deekwa and Cox both there, headed toward goal, and wide of the post. Cox doing brilliantly to find himself free at the back post. The ball floated in from Hilton. And you just see Cox caught all the back line looking. Denzel Ulysses looking for an offside flag that would have never come, and how lucky is Sounders 2 right now, Dave?
I'm still trying to figure out how Cox was that open and couldn't capitalize on it. Brian Meredith knew who he had to blame. He was livid at his defenders.
And Wallfall has been treading a fine line all evening. Finally stepped over it. He's the first St. Louis player booked this evening.
Your attention, please. In the 86th minute, yellow card issued to St. Louis football club number 17, Walt's ball.
Alex rolled on, keeps it short on the restart. And it's given away to Cox. Cox steaming through the middle here. Deekwa going to cut for the underlap. Cox doing too much, lays it off for Martz. Martz, low angle, and stopped there by Bernie.
Cox needs to be greedy on that run.
Well, the last time a turnover that dramatic led to a corner, they wound up getting scored at the back post by St. Louis FC. Pollock teeing up an in-swinger. A lot of height in the box for the visitors. Low ball in. Kai Briscoe's there. That's headed to the outside of the net. Wall fall. Breaking free, but his run took him wide. Interesting to see Brian Meredith taking his goal kicks about 2 yards shy of the edge of the 6-yard box, which just so happens to also coincide with the edge of the normal grass that's laid here rather than the sod over the infield. Cox, meanwhile, trying to fight his way back to this ball. Dakers gets a foot to it, and it's another corner. St. Louis pouring on the pressure here in the late goings. Tony Walls comes up to join the corner. High in swinger. Azriel Gonzalez, the first one to it. Headed further by Tony Alfaro, who stays down. Advantage played by the referee. S2 going to see if they can burn up some space here. And free kick given on the delayed advantage. This one further up the field. Gonzalez went on an awfully long run, got chopped down. And take a look at it here. This was the initial advantage played. Nagel undercut by Polak, and he is still down behind the field. Stay up to date with all the best from social media around the USL by watching Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the USL's social media channels. Sounders 2 out of timeouts. Substitutions, I should say. Oh boy, it's getting to be that part of the year. Here it is again. And boy, you don't want to think there's anything cynical in that from Polak. It's just a really unfortunate challenge. And that right there, the contact that everyone's so concerned about, is
Lamar might have a few bruises on his face at the end of the night.
He's going to come off here. Trainer came on to attend to him. Might be dealing with a bit of blood on the nose as well. So S2 will play down a man for a moment. Like I said, out of substitutions. Peter Kingston and Alex Roldan over the free kick. It's Roldan toward goal and stopped by Fennelson. Well, what a dramatic goal that would have proven to be. Fennelson equal to the task. Martz going at Briscoe. Briscoe goes to ground. Martz still gets a cross in, but it's just out for a goal kick. We're being told to expect 4 minutes of added time here at Cheney Stadium. Sounders 2 under siege these last 10. Michael Cox. And the fight continues. Lamar Nagel, who's back into the game, fouls Tony Walls there. Quickly restarted. Knocked downfield toward Dakers. Dakers gets a header to this. Dequa gives chase. Dequa, a lot of space here for Dequa, and Dequa's cross lets him down. Might find Fall, might find Cox. Stopped by Ulysses, and Brian Meredith dives on the loose ball. Tony Alfaro down in the penalty area.
I think that
So we'll restart with the drop ball. Second minute of stoppage time now. Meredith punts. And it goes out of play. Alfaro and Fall both go up for it. Fall's gone down, stayed down, and won a free kick. And Tony Alfaro not happy with Radford. Take a look at it here. Didn't see too much there. The only thing it might have been would be the left arm of Alfaro as they both went up for that ball. Tough to tell from that angle. Fall and Hilton over it. What a pair they make standing beside one another.
It's like you and I standing next to each other.
Hilton floats this in. He's looking for Fall. And the flag is up for offside. 4th minute of stoppage time. You expect we might play 1 or 2 minutes beyond that, given how slow this stoppage time has been. Brian Meredith will send this ball downfield. Is there a winner in it for Sounders 2? Is there a winner in it for St. Louis? Meredith controls it. Over the top. Polak giving chase. He's the only one in the zip code. Hilton. Dakers. Hilton shuffles back to Reynolds. Reynolds. It's Route 1 soccer. St. Louis playing with 5 forwards in effect at this stage in the match. Dakers. Running by Ulysses. Waved back to his feet by the referee. Ball rolls into the corner. And knocked downfield. Gone out of play. Polak will take the throw in. Cox. Dakers, ball in from Dikwa. Ulysses pokes it free. St. Louis trying to drop the hammer. Martz playing in Dikwa. Cut back. Dakers is there. The cross from Dakers comes off and is out for a corner. It will not be taken. The final whistle goes and we finish 1-1 here at Cheney Stadium between St. Louis FC and Sounders FC 2. Well, a bit of a frustrating night for both these sides, Dave. And in the end, maybe both of them happy they come away with a point as opposed to dropping 2.
It's a chaotic game that neither side could take advantage of the numerous turnovers. Just the 1 goal apiece that neither coach will be satisfied with the result.
Sounders 2 going to 5-16-3 on the season. St. Louis FC now 10-7-9. S2 will be back at home on Sunday against Orange County SC at 1:30. They'll hit the showers on short rest. Like I said, this now the first of 3 games they'll play in the next 7 days. And that's going to do it for us here from Cheney Stadium. For our director, Adam Weigel, and Dave Clark, I'm Andrew Harvey saying so long. Thanks for joining us here on ESPN+, and we hope to see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.